be damned if I'm going to pay $20 for a set of 6 of these when I can do all this at any size that I want for, I don't know, roughly 50 cents. Hey everybody, before we jump too far into today's build, which are these cool little cubbies that you can put screws in that will help organize the shop, go ahead, subscribe, hit the like button. That would really help me out. Appreciate it. So let's get started. Hey everybody, welcome back. And one of the things that I have a lot of are a bunch of little tiny things. And you can usually buy some of these plastic bins in various sizes, and they kind of interlock with each other. But to be honest, these are actually kind of pricey, and I have a boatload of MDF left over from some projects that I've had. And now I stole this design fair and square from April Wilkerson. Now, her plans are free on her website, so I assume she doesn't have any problem with people using this idea, so I will give credit where credit's due. This idea came from her. And so she has a plan that basically recreates one of these. And here it is. Okay, so this is your little cubby. Now, to be fair, I found out during the making of this, she used 1/2 inch, and I had a bunch of 3/4 laying left over, so I did have to modify this inside piece just a little bit. Now, the easy part is this took me about an hour. I needed maybe just a little bit slightly bigger piece than this to make all 5 of these, but it's a great place to store little tiny things. Store your nuts. The idea when making this table was to put a French cleat on one side and then hang these, kind of the more usable ones, on one side. So that was the idea. I was going to hang these, the ones that I use fairly frequently. So I got pocket holes, and I've labeled them, 1-inch pocket holes, my 1 1/4, screws. And here's one that I haven't quite figured out yet. So I have figured out one design improvement that I may do, but you may not want to. And if you take a look inside here, these are all square cuts except for your size, and you'll see this in a second. But there's a 45 here with a little bit of a lip. Now, what this does is this creates a little tiny pocket on the inside for screws and whatnot to kind of get hung up. So I may cut a bevel in there, but I may not, because this does create a nice little barrier for things trying to fall out. So haven't quite figured that out yet. Now you can scale these pretty much any size you want, and I decided I would try with the small ones first, because I've got a little lot, odds and ends of these little tiny screws that I've got, and found that the number 6 by 3/4 works really well for the sliders on a drawer pull. So I find that I like these a heck of a lot better. So that said, let's go ahead and make a couple of these, and cleans up the shop a little bit, makes things a little bit more organized, a little bit more uniform, and I'll be damned if I'm going to pay $20 for a set of 6 of these when I can do all this at any size that I want for, I don't know, roughly 50 cents a piece. All I got to do is cut it up, glue it, and nail it. All right, once we got all our pieces cut, we're gonna have a couple of these. There's gonna be, I'm making 5 today. So there's gonna be 5 2.5 squares. There's gonna be 5 4x2 rectangles and 5 4x1.5 rectangles as well. Plus you need 2 sides per one. So this is gonna be 2 inches by 3.5. So you're gonna be 3.5 this way, and it looks like, excuse me, it's gonna be 2 this way, so 2 this way, 3.5 this way. And let me kind of show you what it looks like once you've got it all together. So here is the thicker piece is the back. You then kind of stack 2 pieces like so. Now the original plans call for a 3x3 here, but I'm using 3/4 inch material, which is what I had left over. And I take a square, put it down kind of in the middle here, and then one of your thinner pieces here is going to get stapled right to the front. So I'm going to go ahead and glue some of these up, and I'll show you what I mean. I am going to go ahead and use my trusty nailer. Now, a lot of you gave me a hard time for throwing this thing around and abusing it and being relatively not nice to it, but I will tell you what, it started acting perfectly the second I started throwing it around. So maybe it likes a little bit of abuse. Who knows? So it did start acting properly for me. So I'm going to use 1.25 inch nails just to hold everything together. This is just a shop project, so nothing major here, okay? So get myself a little assembly line here. Okay. All right, and there you go. There's one little box to hold stuff in. I'm gonna go ahead and finish these up, and we'll go ahead and be done. So there you go. This took me about an hour to make a bunch of these, cut them up, start making a bunch of, small little templates, and that's fairly simple. This is pretty straightforward. Again, these are shop. These are, I'm not selling these for anybody, but, about 50 cents a piece, give or take, and you can scale these to pretty much any size you want. You can make them taller, shorter, whatever you want, but I think I might make the next size up. And keep in mind that these are made in 1/2 inch from, if you go and grab her plans. But I used 3/4 because that's what I had left. So hope this was helpful, and thanks a lot.